everybody, to tonight's show. Thank you for coming on board. We have another great guest for us. It's Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. We got to talk about coaching and that, right? So tonight we're going to talk with Kim Trosper, and she has sassywomencoaching.com. And you can hear me echoing in the background. It's so cool because you don't get just one Dave, you get two. No, I'm kidding. So she has her group coaching and her coaching that's coming up. It's starting another group. It's sassywomencoaching.com. But she comes from a background of substance abuse. I can't speak. I have this cold yet. I'm so sorry. But had foster and adoptive parent, life skills teacher. She has a background in human services. She is certified by Les Brown. How exciting is that? And she's here to inspire women of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. And so without further ado, let's talk to Kim. Welcome, Kim.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on board. So for those that don't know you, now you're down in Florida.
Yes.
For those, and that doesn't matter anymore because we're virtual in this day and age, right? Yes. So those that don't know you, tell us a little bit about what you do for coaching.
Well, I'm a women's empowerment coach, and I support women in recognizing their self-worth. Because a lot of times as women, you know, we get busy and we have kids and families and we forget that we are worthy and how valuable we are. And I also help them get clarity on what they want, because most people know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. And then I also support them in how to use their voice to get what they want. So that's me.
Nice. Yeah. And those that haven't met you yet, you are a fireball.
Thanks, Dave.
You are a fireball, and I love it. I love it.
Well, thank you. It's funny you say that because I'm a biker, and my biker name is Spitfire.
Oh, geez. And by biker, do you mean like the motorcycle biker, or do you mean?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, not one, but two bikes.
I'm learning a lot tonight. What type of bike do you have?
Well, my favorite is my Honda 750 Shadow. She's red. She's beautiful. That's my cruiser. And then I have a blue sport bike. That's my R6. That's my sassy bike.
Is that one of those little crotch rocket things? Those little zippy things?
Yeah, there's if it goes 100. Yeah, it goes up to 160 miles an hour. But of course, I don't go that fast on it.
I was like, how would you know that?
No. I've been told.
Wow. I've been told that. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yes.
So what, if I were a woman, and I'm looking for a coach. So you do your coaching online.
Yes.
I mean, otherwise you can do it in person down in Florida, but you mostly do it online. And now you're adding in group coaching.
Yes, I'm so excited. A lot of women have asked for it, and so I shall deliver.
Yeah.
So starting in September, I will be doing a series of group coaching. So that's going to just maximize the amount of women that I can help with, with my time. But I also still do one-on-one coaching also.
Sure. But they can get a flavor of what you do and then maybe advance out from there. So what type of that do you coach? What type of things do you coach people with?
I have a variety for the group coaching. It's only 6 weeks. So during that 6 weeks, we go over getting clarity on what they want. We go over toxic relationships, because a lot of times we're in them, and toxic relationships can be not only with people, but food, TV, any of those type of things. So we go over toxic relationships and how to detox from that. You were going to say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh.
I'm just taking it all and I'm absorbing it all.
We go over self-care. A lot of times women think by getting our hair done and our nails done, oh, I'm taking care of myself. No, it comes from the inside. We need to, love ourselves and do things that are healthy for us from the inside out. We go over limiting beliefs. And that's, a lot of times we hold on to stories that we've told for many, many years, but that's the past. Today is a new day. We can write a new book. So we go over telling a new story. And then limiting beliefs on money. So, I mean, I have an array of information that just, once the women graduate, should I say, or complete, they know how to communicate. They know how to handle stress better. They feel better about themselves. I mean, basically, it's empowerment. So, they may come in feeling kind of like, oh, I don't have a voice. When they leave, they're roaring like a lion.
So it's kind of like for lack of a better term, a spiritual makeover.
Yes. Well, if you work one-on-one with me, then the group coaching, it's only so much you can do in 6 weeks. One-on-one with me is 12 weeks. We customize it. You get a lot more. Sure. So, yeah.
Because a lot more, you can peel the layers off the onion a lot more.
Yes, and we have more time.
Atmosphere.
Yes, and we have more time. So just makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do these mostly by Zoom calls?
Yeah, so from video chats, and then we have a private Facebook group. So, it's intimate. Not, I'm going to be doing several groups, so I don't have a large amount of women in there. So a smaller amount, you can connect, and we can,
right,
just have more intimacy.
So do you do no more than like 6, or how do you?
I'm probably going to cap it at 8.
At 8, okay.
Yes, yes, that's a good number.
Yeah. And then throughout the 6 weeks, is it weekly calls, or do you?
Yes, it's weekly. And then, you show up for week 1, and I'm going to talk about a subject and everything. And then I call it soul work. So then afterwards, then they'll get their soul work. I have a page that they can go to and they can download it. They'll know, because with Zoom, you can share your screen. So they'll already know what's expected. We'll, check in the Facebook group. Then I have all kind of challenges. Like we'll have Transparency Tuesdays, to where, you can send in a video on a Facebook group or write something, to get you out of your comfort zone. So,
sure.
I have a lot of great activities.
Nice. So what types of people do you coach? I mean, I know they're women, so we can go there, but is it mostly, are they mostly people that are having relationship problems, or is it?
Well, not mostly. A lot of single women. Okay. It's just women who may not be where they want to be in their life. So, they come from all kind of backgrounds, but usually career-wise, they may not be that happy with what they're doing. If they're single, then a lot of them are not happy being single. And I inspire them, because I'm happily single 3.5 years. And I'm like, come on, girl.
I was going to say, they're not single anymore. And then they're like, oh, I wish I was single. That syndrome. It's like you want something that you don't have. It always seems like grass is always greener. Yes.
Yeah. And then of course I have women that are in relationships that are stagnant, and they just are there just to be there. So basically just my program is designed to just, give you wings to fly without the Red Bull. And just get clarity on what you want in life, because once you know what you want, you can go get it. So that's very important. So
yeah, you have to have that destination in sight.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you give us without revealing a name or something, can you give us an example of someone that you coached, or a situation that you took them from here where they're at to where they wanted to be?
Yes, I can do that. So I'll say I have, of course. One client, when she started, she was all over the place, and getting clarity on what she wanted and listening. Because my thing is to get out of your head and into your heart, because we have that stinking thinking, and that stinking thinking will hold you hostage. It'll hold you in fear and stuck. And so working with her, and I have people sign, it's called the Rich Thinkers Pledge. And it's, you have to be open. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback here.
That's okay. Well,
can you hear it?
No, I don't hear anything. So it's, otherwise take it out of your ear. You can
I think, let me
pop it out.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Now, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, thank you. So So anyway, after she was implementing the plan that we came up with for her, when I first met her, her belief was that she had to work. She was working 7 days a week, and that she took no time for herself. But she believed she had to work hard for her money. So with working with me, she ended up cutting down to 5 days a week, and she actually made more money than she did when she was working 7 days a week. And for her, it was really big because we implemented a morning routine for her to start before she went to work. She would be so frantic if she wasn't out the door at a certain time to go to work, because she worked on commission. And by the time she went through the program with me, she's making more money. She's happier. She's implementing time for herself, which she hadn't been doing before. So those are big milestones.
What was the morning routine that you had to help develop?
Meditation for one. She was meditating. She was doing her affirmations, which was big. Evening routine too, where she incorporated hypnosis, the tapes and just different things, because those limiting beliefs we have, it's just, what is a belief? It's just something that we tell ourselves or somebody tells us over and over and over, and we choose to believe it. So with that, between the hypnosis and her doing the affirmations and everything, she just had a new belief. Now she knows she doesn't have to work 7 days a week to get the income that she was desiring. Right. She's trusting herself to put herself first, and the money is coming. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
And then I also want to say, when you work with me one-on-one, what I do is we do 11 sessions straight, and I let you go for a month, and then we come back for the 12th session. And I found that to be more effective, because some women, without that support from me, would fall off and during that month, and then maybe things weren't working for them. So they were on their own. They could see how it worked. And then we get back together, and either, they stay on track, or we come up with something different. So I don't want to leave anybody hanging. So. Yeah.
Well, otherwise they're used to you as a crutch.
Yes.
They're like, oh, then you're going to guide me through the, and so all of a sudden when that guide is gone,
yes,
I'm lost in the forest.
Yes.
Where do I turn? Where's the trail? I don't know how to find my way out.
For sure. So when I was checking in with them and I was finding that, I said, no, this is not good. So I find that works. It's working really because they know in 30 days, and then they can reach out to me within that time, but it just works.
Because then it's a follow-up. Getting that clarity that way. Nice. So you do the morning routine. I'm always surprised with my clients too, when you talk about doing meditation right away in the morning. Sometimes you get that why, they get all frustrated. It's like, well, I just woke up. I can't do meditation. Why would I do meditation right away? I just woke up. I was sleeping on, and I'm like, you just do it.
Well, here's
it. Yeah. And I'm like, you can do it for 5 minutes. You can do it for 20 minutes. You can do it for as long as but just try for a while, because it's the clarity that comes from that. Because now you're coming to it fresh, and really your chakras are all open then, and it's like you're able to go into meditation and be in the meditation moment.
Well, someone said, and I don't know who said this, and I wish I did, that prayer is asking God for something, and meditation is getting the answer. And day, and I say, I recommend 3 minutes. Just start with 3 minutes, being still. And a lot of people think meditation is about having no thoughts. The thoughts aren't going anywhere. They're there. But when they come up, just recognize it, and then they'll eventually float on. You don't have to feed into it. So 3 minutes for a week, and then the following week, add another 3 minutes until you get to like 15 minutes. And I haven't really had any complaints. People who start out slow and do that process. And then I say, don't beat yourself up. If you miss a day or you miss a week, it's okay. Today is a new day. Just start over.
Yeah.
So.
And I always say, make sure you have lots of paper right next to you, because all of a sudden everything just erupts once you get into the groove of it. Get all these ideas, and everything starts to flow.
And they're usually great ideas, because that's where I get some of my best.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I'm like, okay, what do I need to know today?
Yeah. So what did you do before you got into coaching?
Well, I worked in substance abuse. I was a substance abuse counselor. I originally went to school to be a mental health therapist. I have 3 kids, and 2 of my children are adopted. And one of my adopted children had mental health issues. So, I went through 8 years of hell, and I wanted to help other parents. But when I went to school and I got out, I couldn't find a job in my area working with kids. I always say I got stuck in substance abuse. And at the time, I thought, I wasn't happy. It was a hard, that's a hard field to be in, especially, it was just tugging at my heart. But actually, when I look back, it was the best thing that could happen to me. And actually, the 8 years of hell that I went through with my adopted son prepared me to take that 5 years, so all those experiences helped me be who I am today.
Yeah.
When I worked in the substance abuse, and even therapy, they just want you to go back. That, people come through there over and over and they're telling the same old story. And so I wasn't comfortable with that. I'm like, that's the past. We're here for. And what I was finding, it was beautiful women who didn't like themselves. And so it hurt my heart to, hear a young lady who's so beautiful. She couldn't look in the mirror for 2 seconds because she thought she was ugly because of the things that she did for drugs. And so I started coming up with, at first it was Motivational Mondays, and it was such a big hit. They wanted more. So I was like, oh boy. So I started doing more and more. And so I started seeing, hey, I'm getting somewhere here. And so when a lot of the women were leaving, they were contacting me and they wanted to be, connected with me outside of the substance abuse. So that's where I started coaching. So it just took off from there, and I like it so much better than counseling. Counseling is good. And, I went to a counselor for 4 months after the adoption thing because I had a lot of guilt and I had shame on, all that stuff that happened.
Sure.
And she helped me realize I did all I could do. There was nothing more I could do. So counseling has its place. But for me, I love the coaching side of it. You get to see more positive results.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely, there's a gray area between the two of them.
Yes.
To some degree, but it's definitely separate because with coaching, it's like we're more inspirational. We're taking someone from where they're at to where they want to be. They have a goal in mind. For the most part, they're coming to us for to escalate that and to take it to a different place. Versus in therapy, it's like they're trying to figure out how they got to where they're at.
Right.
For the most part, not always.
Yes.
Not always.
Yeah.
Talking generic sense on that one.
And I'm like, the past is over. We're here today. I live for today. And look forward to tomorrow. Yeah. The past has its place, but I just don't want to live there. And so that's why in my coaching, we tell a new story because so many people are attached to that story. And to be honest, if you really, really, really think about it, the stories that they're telling themselves probably didn't even happen the way they thought. They've changed it. They went over it so many times. It just has a life of its own.
Yeah, it is not the truth. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just a memory. So I'm like, let's get some new memories here.
Yeah. And sometimes they get in their own way with that. They plague on the past.
Yeah. Yep. And then something else that I do with and I'm opening this up to everybody now, but I have a mental health therapist that works along with me, and she's amazing. So what we do is once a month we get on Zoom calls, private setting, and allow women to come on who may need a little bit more than coaching, but they don't need counseling. But she's there to give them some relief. So we go on for an hour and a half once a month. They donate because they donate $15 and they get to ask one question, and it gives them relief. But my charity is One Red Shoe, and she's out of Galveston, and she provides women who live on the streets, who prostitute on the streets, with toiletries and information on resources. So that's what that money is donated for. So I'm so proud of that. And we were doing it only for my clients, but because I do Facebook Lives and people are hurting, that we're actually opening it up now to, anybody who wants a little more support.
Sure. Wow.
Yeah.
But they would go.
We call it Soul to Soul.
Website to get to that, or your Facebook page.
Well, because they've only been with my clients this month, August, we're opening it up. So probably next week we're gonna. Her name is Nikki Rodriguez. We're gonna do a little Facebook blurb about it and just open it up. So, because she comes on once a month anyway, and that's one of the highest rating shows. So, mental health.
And so if someone was interested in that or to let someone know about that, that would be through your Facebook page or through
they could
coaching.
They could send me a private message or, send me an email from my website, however they want to do it. But I'm visible on my Facebook page.
Okay. And that's Kim Trosper.
Just
Kim, like Facebook / Kim Trosper.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes. And I do this Facebook Live weekly with different people. Like tomorrow, this month was dedicated to suicide. Not suicide. Last month. I'm sorry. Bullying. School is starting again. So tomorrow, which is Thursday, 7:00, I have a teacher who's also a comedian, and he has designed a plan to help kids get through bullying. So, last week I had a young lady who was a bully when she was in school. Then tomorrow I have him. And then next week I'll have a parent who lost their child and didn't find out until after he was gone and committed suicide that he was being bullied. So these are the things that I like to do on my Facebook page, is bring stuff to light, because people are suffering every day and you're not alone. There's somebody else out there that understands.
Right. Wow. Well, that's a great thing to do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Bullying is not good. We've all experienced it when we were kids. And the sad thing is I don't know if you've experienced it.
I was going to say, not everybody.
I don't know if you've experienced it, but like even on Facebook, I've had other, I won't mention any names, obviously, but I've had a couple of other Facebook people try to kind of do that on my channel. So yeah, it's kind of strange that way. How I guess once it's in you, you kind of try to continue that.
Yeah, it's sad because as adults, I've had someone share with me that they, are getting bullied as an adult, and it's disheartening. But that's where empowerment and getting that inner strength to where you can be able to be strong enough to shut down. Because what does a bully want to do? They just want to win. No, you win over here. I'm gonna be the one.
They want to dominate.
Yes,
it's a control issue. Issue.
Yeah. So I like to do things that provide value to people's lives. So
well, that is awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then tell us a little bit more about what some of the steps, or if you can, tell us a little bit more about the steps that you do in your coaching. Then, like, do you have a regimented? It's the 6-week group is going to be different than a 12-week, but on a 12-week one-on-one, let's walk through that a little bit. So you start out with getting them into a morning routine, and then I'm sure it varies a little bit from. I
was going to say it's customizable. So yes, everybody gets a certain, like, the limiting beliefs, the goals, the the detox and toxic relationship. Everybody gets that, but when you work with me one-on-one, depending on what your issues are, we design, those extra weeks to address that.
Yeah.
Yes, the group coaching will just be, more, it's only 6 weeks, so it's going to be structured. Whereas one-on-one with me, look, having me as a coach is like having a personal trainer in area of your life. So we take whatever is important to you and we dive into it. So
yeah, group coaching has a tendency to be more like a class.
Yes,
but it has to be.
They're going to learn a foundation.
People in there, and so it's like you're going to get some intimacy, especially with only working up to 8 people in the group. But still, you have 8 people there. So to time wise, you would have to have 8-hour days if you really did intimate coaching for each person. So yeah, it ends up being a little bit more like a class structure, which is great to set the groundwork, because once you get beyond that class, that the groundwork there, now they could work one-on-one with you. They could hire you for 12 weeks.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And if I may say, I wrote a book that I give away free. That word free. And it's called You Were Meant to Fly. And the fly stands for First Love Yourself. So at my kimtrosper.com, you can go there on the freebies, and that's a really good book. I'm really proud of that. A lot of women have been loving that book, and I'm getting emails about their experiences from reading it and how I've encouraged them to move forward in their life just through my book. And, it's a short, powerful book, so I'm really proud of that.
Nice. So tell us about Les.
Yay, Mr. Les Brown.
Les.
It was all fate. It was where I was supposed to be. Last October 2017, I'm on, I don't even know where I saw the advertisement because I wasn't even on Facebook at the time. But I something that says get certified through Les Brown. And it was just, I've been listening to Les Brown since I was in my early 20s. And I love that man. I didn't know he's in Florida. He was like 2 hours south of me. So I
didn't know that either.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going. So I just signed up. And it's just funny how things work. We live in Florida. We had a hurricane come through. I think it was Matthew at that time or something. So of course, I had a job where I was a supervisor at an international boarding school. So I left. I'm like, I'm not staying here for a hurricane. If my house is here, back is here, I'm out. So I left for 2 weeks. And when I came back, I had like 3 days worth of work to go to, and then I had to, go to the 4-day certification. Well, my supervisor informed me that I couldn't go, or they thought I couldn't go. Well, let me tell you. I said, okay, here's your keys. Goodbye. And I went, and it was the best thing ever. So, because I was doing coaching, like just still with working there. And since then, I just branched out. I went there. I didn't have business cards. I didn't have a Facebook page or anything. And I won a spot to speak on stage with him. So I got up on stage and I spoke about stinking thinking, which is that negative self-talk. And it was funny because everybody started calling me the stinking thinking lady. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that title.
At least they put the thinking part in it.
Yeah. But Mr. Les Brown, he, it was so funny because he called me. He said he had said something about me stinking thinking. And then I had a look on my face, and he pulled me to the side and he said, well, what's wrong? And I said, I don't think I like that name. And he explained to me that people calling me that was a compliment because they remembered what I said. And then I should love it. He says, so I'm going to call you the queen of stinking thinking. And I said, okay.
That's right.
That was amazing. Yes.
Yeah. If you can stick in their memory.
Yeah, but I've kind of moved away from it. I still speak. I speak at weight loss places and churches and different things. I like see woman coaching better than the stinking thinking lady or the queen of thinking.
Yeah. But you get them over that stinking thinking.
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Well, I don't think you ever get over it because I still deal with it. But it doesn't hold me hostage. It's not a bullying me or whatever. It comes up, and then I have to know that when I listen to my heart, that stinking thinking is just going to get buried. So that's how I live. But it's always there.
Nice. And the I should flash that up there too. To get a hold of your group, there you go. sassywomencoaching.com.
Yes, sir. And I love that purple hat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
You didn't know, I'm all about purple. Love me the purple. So they can go on there and they can find about the group and the one-on-one coaching, and then they can get your book, I think, free there too.
Yes, there's something. Yes, it'll just take them to kimtrosper.com, but yes, they can get it there.
Yeah, so you can find that there too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you got certified by Les.
Yes.
And then which Les, I don't know if anybody doesn't know who Les Brown is, but Les Brown is one of the best.
You know what he is, and I got to have dinner with him in April, and he had some health problems. I mean, challenges. I think he's like 76 years old or something.
He's up in the 70s, yeah.
Yes. And I left that dinner and I was extra inspired. And then people say I'm a motivational speaker. No, motivation wears off. I'm inspired. When I wake up, I'm on a mission every day. So I want to inspire people because, but anyway, his message was just so heartfelt because, we all say life is too short, but once you really come, face to face with it, because his surgery was like emergency surgery and everything. And so I left there just wanting to get as many women as I can to, touch their hearts, to just help them live better quality lives. That's my true passion. And I mean, when I was it used to be for kids, but my kids are grown now, so I can move on. But when I was a foster parent and, adoptive parent, and, because kids are so precious until adults mess them up.
So they go to school.
Yes.
And they get all the teachers that tell them that they did something wrong. You did that wrong.
Yeah. And sometimes it comes from and sometimes it comes from the parents too. So, but yeah, so and then I have I'm not currently doing it, but I had a mentorship program too. And I had the 11 girls that I took. They were ages 12 to 17. And so, I just instilled some, self-worth, self-love, qualities in them. So I was really proud of that also. So I just like to really just touch people's lives. That's
self-esteem when you're young, and well, at all ages, but especially when you're young, self-esteem is such a huge make or break aspect.
It is.
If you don't have self-esteem and strong self-esteem, you get bullied. You can get bullied. You can get pulled into other, things, gangs and different aspects in that, because you're bullied. You could be bullied into it. But if you lack self-esteem, that's just how the world plagues on you then.
And you can also be the bullier too, and having so low self-esteem. So, it's just a matter of, which end of the stick you choose to be on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was so cute because I was I don't know, suggesting to how they should speak up for what they want. And one little girl said, I can't speak up in my house. My mom will knock me across the room. And I said, well, don't do it in the house, but when you get outside the door, then you do it. Because to be honest, I was raised that children were to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
And I was told all my life, I have too much mouth. But I was a human being. And I'm like, well, I don't understand why I shouldn't speak up. And I still haven't understood it. And I never will. So
that's why you're making up for it now.
I am.
You held back.
Yes.
Held back. And now you just, But that's how you can relate to people too on that level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get inspired to take on foster kids?
Well,
was it adopt or foster?
Well, it started out with fostering. I fostered.
Okay.
And during that time, I got 2 kids, and I said, I got to get out of this, or I'll take them all. But believe it or not, I grew up, and I'm still, I promote being selfish. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with being selfish. I'm the only child, and it's just, if I don't do for me, then I don't want to expect somebody else to do it. I just have to take care of myself. But selfish is not a bad thing. I mean, being selfish means that I'm going to know when to say no. That's that's taking me, just those type of things. But anyway, so in my early 20s, I decided that I wanted to volunteer. So I became a guardian ad litem. And back then, I mean, they're around now, but back then it was a new program. And I would represent children who have been abused and neglected and taken out of the home. And I would go to court and I would be their voice to say, hey, this is what this child needs. This is what this child needs. Well, then they were putting kids back in the homes because they didn't have enough foster homes. What? So I just was like, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that a child supposed to protect, I had to, turn back over because there was no home for them. So that's how I became a foster parent. And I did it for 3 years and 2 adopted kids later. And I decided no more.
Yeah.
So
now you gotta go coach the masses in that. And they're doing fine, I assume, or?
My children?
Yeah.
Yes. 2 adopted now, and then I had 1. So actually, no, the one problem child that I had.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
I think you can relate, Dave.
You've known my background, have you? Okay.
Yeah, look, that'll be a book for later, but that was at the age of 13, he was no longer a problem for me. So, he's sitting in prison right now, and I love him, but I love him from a distance. And I learned that, many years ago.
Yeah.
So,
another
topic.
You only can do the best that you only can help them as much as they want to be helped.
Well, it was in his DNA because I have 3 kids that have 3 different DNAs. They all had the same upbringing. 2 went right and 1 went left.
Mm-hmm.
So, that one that went left, I got him when he was 2 days old. We didn't know any of his background. And so, he has some mental health issues and different things that, they still never really figured out. But at the age of 6, he was with bipolar disorder, ADHD, ODD. And I'm like, this is a 6-year-old. No, so, I chose not to put him on medication. And it was just a lot of things. But, well, like I said, that experience helped me be who I am today. So I don't regret it. I went through it. And,
Right.
it is what it is. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully someday he'll be able to appreciate it.
It's funny. I don't know how many people are in prison, but when you're in prison, you talk a different talk.
Oh yeah.
You don't have many choices. You're there. So he's learned his lesson, but time will tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 2020, we'll see.
Yeah. And that's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah. Not for him.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's the truth. Yeah. And your other 2 are doing great though?
Yes, I'm proud. I have my daughter's 23 and she's still here at home. She works every day and she's choosing not to go to college. I would prefer her to. That's her life. So she's, I mind my own business. So she's not. My 18-year-old just graduated from high school and he was doing dual enrollment. So he's almost done with his AA degree. So I think he has 2 semesters to go and he'll be done. And that's my little world traveler. He likes to travel. So nice. He's going to finish his AA and then off he goes. So I'm going to let him travel for a few years and he'll figure out what he wants to do. And he's pretty talented. He does photography and video editing and stuff. So we'll see where he takes that.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's being a traveler works right with that too. Being a photographer and videographer and yeah.
Yes. So
I'll make a documentary about you.
Well, if I may tell you a little short story, can I tell you a short story?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's in a travel group and a young lady, I don't know, I won't say where she's from, but another country. And she wanted to come to the U.S. to go to a concert in Florida. So she put out and said, can someone host me? So he comes to me, he's like, Mom, can we host this, young lady? And I said, sure. So she just left yesterday, as a matter of fact. So while she was here, beautiful spirit young lady, in her country, they have to stay with their parents until they're 35 years old or they get married. Costs $10,000 to get a driver's license. She was amazed at the stars at night because in her country, you can't see them. And I was just like, we complain about the silliest things. But here's the big thing. She disclosed that she was Muslim and she was afraid to say it because of how people feel about that. Of course, nobody in my household had a problem with that.
Right.
Yes. With me, I always, excuse me, I always, ask women to be who you are. And this young lady was 23 years old. And it saddened my heart that she would, luckily she told us, but what must she go through? She's in a whole new country with all this experiences. And she was afraid to, express who was a part of her. So, my message to women is to be authentic, live in your truth. So many times we acts and we're fake because of what a family member might think, what our church might think, what other people might think. So it just brings home my message to be you. It's so freeing. But I enjoyed that experience with her and learning about her culture and her country. And here we are complaining about stuff that we have choices about.
Right.
She doesn't have many choices there because between her family and the government or whatever they have there, but we're free here. So
it's pretty amazing. I mean, people, it frustrates me to some degree because we do have it really darn good here in the United States.
Yes, and people complain.
There's countries like that. That's a great example. So she has no choice. When she goes home, she has to live at home till she's 35.
Or be free by marrying somebody and probably still can't leave the country. So
right. And chances are in that situation, I don't know, but I'm gonna speculate that chances are, if it's that type of a country, you're probably delegated more of who you marry. Then you can go out and just say, oh, like here in the United States, what we do, we're in our 20s, we go to bars, or we go out someplace, socializing someplace, and looking for love in all the wrong places and that. And sometimes we look for love in the right places too. But I mean, you have choices.
Yes.
But there, I'm sure that for women, and I don't know, I think I shared this with you. So I grew up with 4 older sisters, and I'm the only boy, and I'm the youngest, right? So, yeah. So it's like women's rights are pretty high up on my thing.
They better be
scale on that. So, but I mean, think of that. I mean, being a woman in the United States, you do have some choices, and I know there's certain situations in that too, but you still you have a choice.
Yes. Yes.
And you can take 100% responsibility for your life, and you can leave a bad situation, or you can change a bad situation, or you can change a good situation even better.
Yes. Transformation is at our fingertips. We just have we have to choose to show up,
Yeah.
Just show up.
And so I don't have a choice. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There's people in certain situations elsewhere in the world that don't have a choice, and seriously don't, because that would just be a matter of death.
Right. Well, see, a lot of times if a woman says to me, I can't, I said, no, you won't. It's not that you can't, you won't. Right. And so we look at that. And some, I'm not trying to change their minds. It's their life. But if they choose to look at it a different way, wow. I mean, and that's what I love, is those wow moments. When you have just opens up and decides that they can do something different. Yeah. So that's what I live for. I love it.
Yeah. When all of a sudden the light bulb comes on.
Mm-hmm. And to
you
know
can
I had
see
a
that
hand
spark in their eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. To know I had a hand in it. I'm like, woohoo.
Yeah. 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 As a coach, boy, that's a magical moment.
It is. It
really is. They clients become kind of like your children. Because it's like when they have these breakthroughs, and it's like you kind of sit up in your chair a little bit more too, like, oh yeah, I helped them find that,
Yeah. So give yourself a pat on the back, but you scared me when you said more like your children, because I'm like, one of my children I don't like very much.
Well, there's going to be some clients like that too.
Yep, true.
There's some clients like that too, where it's like you go, do this, and you go, and they go, I can't do that. And it's like, no, we're going to eliminate can't. That's not a word that we use, but there's some that, they only can go so far too. So it's like, but you do your best.
Yes, that's all you can do. When you know better, you do better.
And you take them as far as you can take them.
Yep. Because I always tell them, I can't want it more than you. So, I can't want it more than you. But I guarantee if you show up and you invest, and that's what it is, an investment in yourself, you're going to see some changes. You're going to.
Yeah. Very
positive changes. Positive.
Yeah. Well,
change happens all the time.
Yeah. And change is the only constant that we have in our lives. So
that is true. That's true.
Yeah. So get used to it. Get used to change. That's the way we grow.
Expansion. Yes. Love it.
That's right. So did you get to dance up on stage with Les?
I did not.
No?
No. I did dance in the room, but I didn't dance.
Does he still do that? Did you see him after his health issue, or?
Yes. I had dinner with him in April. So yeah. Okay. If I had this, I don't know when I posted this a while back, but on my website I have like a not website, on my Facebook page I have where I got him like doing his little dance and stuff. So I posted it. Yeah. It just makes you feel good, even if he says nothing. But his laugh is so contagious. Oh wow, love it. But he's just that was just a dream come true for me. It really was. It really, really was. So
yeah, Les is a good guy.
That he is.
If anybody has the opportunity to go see Les Brown, do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Go do it. Yeah.
And it just, like I said, it was life changing for me. It just snuck up on me, and I'm so glad that it did.
Yeah. Last night on my Tuesday night show, I went through there was a list that I pulled off the internet about 37 things that you should do or whatever in that. And one of them was to make sure you go and see like your favorite rock stars, because we're all aging and all that stuff. And I say the same thing about inspirational or motivational speakers. You know, if you're able to go and take a 3-day workshop with Les Brown, go do it.
Yes, yes.
Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, you know, whatever it is. Go and see them.
Tony Robbins would be like, he is my all-time favorite, but I can't do the crowds.
See, I'm not a big Tony Robbins person. So.
Oh yeah, I love him, but I can't do.
It's too much of this, and not like you say too. It's like it's a auditorium filled full. I'm more of a workshop person, so it's like the Jack Canfield, you know, the Les Browns, those where it's going to be more. It's big enough. 500 people is big enough.
Right.
No, we don't need 10,000 people.
And walking on fire. I'm like, oh my God, I want to do it.
Yeah, you know, and you can walk on fire any day of the week if you want. You know, that's I
need Tony for that. He's my crutch.
You don't need. I mean, all it is that you just know that you can do it.
Mindset. Yeah.
And we do that every day.
We do. Or like me, is definitely afraid of water and goes on the whitewater rafting at the highest level of fire. Crazy.
Yeah.
But I was like, woohoo!
Yeah, because it's like what's going to happen?
Yeah. Well, you know, I've come to terms that I ride a motorcycle, so every day that I go out there, I always tell my
and you wear a helmet, don't you?
You know what? On my red bike, I never wear a helmet. On my blue bike, I do. So I know. And look, I made a video about that. It's like, own it. I own it. You know, I don't know why I perceive the blue one to be more dangerous than the red one, but I'm okay with that. I tell my kids,
you know, it has nothing. And I'll go on this side of it. You know, and okay. I don't ride. It's not your capabilities, because you're probably one of the safer riders out there. Most people that ride motorcycles are good drivers. It's the idiots that drive behind a motorcycle and like with a foot
or in front.
And all it's like, and it wouldn't, and they feel like I you know, and then, and you know this, they're either talking on their cell phone, they're either texting on their cell phone, or they're doing, and all of a sudden they're swerving on this side or that side. You know, it's the cars out there that I'm not fear of, but aware of. You know, that's like if there's a motorcycle in front of me, it's like I leave a good car length or 2 car lengths a difference, and I sit there and I'm like, I'm not going to let anybody pass or anything. I don't care. It's like, that's the safety aspect to it.
Well, it sounds good, but you know, I've embraced it. If something happens, at least I went out doing something I love. So yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Good attitude on that one. But yeah, I would say yeah. So I'll yell at it. I'll yell at you another day.
Yeah, because I
wear a helmet. If you have a helmet, wear a helmet.
I won't listen.
I know.
But it's okay. But you know what? You know what I tell people? If like I'm not a smoker, but if you smoke, just own it. Most people who smoke have shame and guilt and all that. You're doing it. Just be okay with it and do it. Mm-hmm. You know how much freer you will be than hiding. And most people know
I thought you were going to say that you tell them that they don't have to wear a helmet when they smoke. That's what you're going to go with. I was like, why would they wear a helmet when they smoke? I don't get that.
No, I just, you know, in all honesty, we're so hard on ourselves about so many things.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've embraced it. If, you know, it's my choice and I make the choice and I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna be ashamed about it. Yeah. And people do little things and it consumes their life. Like, peace of mind is priceless.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. So. Well, that's what you do. You empower the women that you work with.
Yes.
Feel good about those choices that they make.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah. So, any parting words? I'm going to flash that website up again.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to you for letting me share what I love to do. But mainly, my message for men and women is just life is beautiful. You can have so much fun in it. And just, go back to when we were kids and you just woke up and what did you want to do? You wanted to have fun. You wanted to play. And yes, we do need to make a living and we do have responsibilities. But take that time. I always say it's 86,400 seconds in a day.
Mm-hmm.
100 seconds. It's only 30 minutes. I was at Walmart parking lot this morning and I got on the cart and I was just rolling down, I do silly stuff like that. And I was so happy. And I just do stuff like that. I go to the park still. My kids are grown and I'm at the park swinging. So just do anything that makes you feel like a kid. If it's raining, go out and play in the rain and lighten up. I just say lighten up. We walk around so, that's another thing is when I worked in substance abuse, I had to get a massage every week. I was so tense and all that and everything. Now I still get massages because I love them, but I don't have all that tension and everything. You're just able to, you wake up and you can just, not sweat the small stuff. It'll make a difference in your life. So that's my message, is just to lighten up, give yourself a break, more pats on the back, and just not be so serious in life. Laugh more.
That's right. Enjoy every day you got.
Yes, because somebody didn't get to enjoy today.
Yeah, there you go.
So you did. Make the most of it.
That's right. Smell those roses. Yeah. Well, very cool. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who's out there. Find somebody to support you in life. If you're going through a hard time, you're not alone. Just reach out for help. It doesn't make you weak. It actually is going to keep you strong.
There you go. I'm going to leave it at that. That was the best way to end it right there.
All right. Good night.
Good night and have a great night, everybody.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.